Alright, so welcome back again. So in this video, in this lab, we're gonna do for the lab 14. The title is the 4 GUI boot configuration. Alright, we will start it. Okay. So with the installation of new tools on the app servers within a Stratos data center, certain functionalities now necessitate graphical user interface GUI access. So when they're making different tools on the app servers, they find that some functionalities of the application is will require GUI user interface. So we had to adjust the default run level on all app servers in Stratos data center. So we're gonna have to adjust these parts. Run level stage. So to enable GUI booting by default. So it's imperative not to initiate a server reboot after completing the test task. So one more thing we need to consider is like we don't need to initiate a server reboot after we configure these tasks. Alright, so we're gonna have to do on every single server. So let me go to the app server 1. So app server 1 username is 20 and course name is STAPP step 01. I'm gonna say yes. Sorry. Mm, yep. Alright, so the password is this one, and I'm gonna paste right there. Alright, now we are on the app server 1. So I want to explain here one concept. That one is like this. So when we open the computer, when we start the computer, when we press the power on button, so there is a process. So that is called booting process, boot process. So when we start to click the um, switch on our power on button, so the computer will start the boot process. So in that process, we will have two types of targets. So what are those? So but the first target is maybe graphical target, maybe multi-user targets, two types of targets. So about with the graphical target, what's a graphical target? Graphical targets mean like it's it's basically stuff with a GUI mode. GUI mean graphical user interface. So in graphical user interface, you can click something, you can write something, you can change something, you can see everything with a graphical effect. It's called graphical user interface. So the desktop will appear on the computer screen. So with the like application icons or something like that. So that's called graphical target. But another target is multi-user target. So multi-user targets mean when we start the computer will start with the test mode. So test mode means we have to control the whole computer with a command line from the terminal. It's called multi-user target. So we just only have to type the test on the command line. So we don't have to, we cannot click the button, we cannot switch something like that on the screen. We just only have to write the command line to control the system. So it's called multi-user target. So we will have to understand this. So for this lab, so let me check the now default target. So we use sudo system ctf. So how to check the default target? Let me use get default. So the tuning password is this one. So now the default target is multi-user target. It is what is that? It is task mode, right? It's task mode command line interface. So we're gonna change into graphical user interface. So let we do like this, system ctr. So for changing, we will use set DFAU default. So graphical graphical target. So now we check in. So now it changed to graphical target. This one we need graphical target. So on the app server one, we change into graphical target, but we don't need to reboot the server. All right. So now let me go to the well, let me exit. And let me go to the app server 2 stapp02, right? So I'm gonna say yes. So is that is this password, and I'm gonna case it right there. All right. So now we will check this command line again. On the app server 2, what is the default target? So the default target is multi-user target. So it is exactly the same like before. So we're gonna change into graphical GUI target, and let me check again. So now it changed to graphical target. So we will exit from the app server 2, and now we will go to the app server 3. So app server 3 banner stapp step 03. I'm gonna say yes. Alright. So the password is big green. So what? What's wrong? Yeah, now we're on the app server 3. So we will run sudo system cts. What is that? Get default. So it's also multi-user target. So we have to change system ctr set the FAU default to graphical target target, right? All right. So all right. So let me check it again, right? So now it changed into graphical target. So now we change everything on every server. So all right. Uh, let me check for the final stuff. Yeah, we succeeded. So alright, let me start here. So thanks for watching. See you in the next video. I will start my live right here.